Good evening, everybody. It's a new week. It's it's a new week, and we're looking into the markets. And actually, I thought I didn't want to do a daily recap because nothing much happened today. Um, but anyways, I decided to do it anyways because there's a few moving parts. But anyways, overall, a nothing day, nothing happened, flat day overall. So let's just I will not bore you anymore with any talk. So let's just get straight into it. It's been a while since we have been looking at the gold to silver ratio. Actually, I think it's been over a week, maybe even two. But um, but yeah, this is where we stand right now. Looking out, big picture. Well, big picture. It's a year long, 2 year long picture. But anyways, we started to look into the gold to silver ratio when we were here with this head and shoulders, and ever since it's been one straight right down. As you know, gold and silver has performed very well during that period, and now we have stagnated for some time. And this started trend line coming across here was very important, as you can see. We broke down, came back in above, and then we broke down again. Very powerful for gold and silver. And where did we stop right now? We just tagged the lower golden trend line here. So this is the next level to watch. Let's zoom in a bit here. Let's zoom in a bit here. As you can see, we tagged it perfectly. So if we cannot get a bounce here and we start to trade lower, then that's where gold will break out to all-time highs, in my view, and silver will finally get above that 26. But I would assume, given this long down like here, that we are getting some sort of bounce to the upside. I would think so, but it's but this move down here is very strong, no pause at all. So the momentum is heavily downwards. So I wouldn't be surprised to break it right away, anyways. Yes, we have some resistance at the green here, at these two bad boys. So if we break, we'll probably go down, retest, and then resumption. That's my view. But uh, but yeah, we will follow it. Ever since this has broken, we have been on point. So let's see if it follows. Nothing much happened in silver today, down 0.5% more or less. Still struggling with the 26 and this formation up here. As I posted on Twitter, you can see how heavily I noted how heavily it was bought up, just below 25. Everything has been bought up. You can see the wicks all the way across. And we have the support over here. And every time we get down to the 24.5, it's getting bought right back up all the way. So to me, this is a very big flaw for now. But nothing will happen until we break the 26.1-ish. But when we do, just look at this one. As you know, when we do, we break yellow, sorry, resistance band, you can call it. We have the upper, we have the internals, and look at all this fresh air. If we can get back above, right, all of this fresh air, no resistance, more or less, in my view. Gold, nothing happened really. Um, we tagged the upper major resistance, as you can see here coming across. We tagged that last week. Have pulled back a bit ever since, and right now doing nothing. But this is the uptrend, a bit of an expanding formation, as you can see. So depending on what we do, we can easily go down and test the lower side to resume, or we can grind up from here. What do I personally think we will do? I actually think, given that we just looked at, that we could see a bounce here in the gold to silver ratio to the upside, that we will see what we have been talking about ever since we got up here, is a retest to around the 1920-ish. As you can see, this is the green one, the green support. I think we could go all the way down here before we resume. But anyways, that would be insanely bullish if we can get the retest now and don't have to worry about it later. So platinum, as you know, we were looking at this falling formation here, coming down to the 1050, which is the this long-term resistance zone coming across. You can see how it acts at 1050, and we bounced right off it. We talked about that last Friday, and now we want to get back above the golden trend line here at around 180. And where are we now? We are at 1080. Let's zoom in very quickly here. Once we breach the 180, 180, what the hell am I talking about? The 1080. You can see we pop big time again. In my view, confirming my level that the 180. Jesus Christ, I'm getting tired. Sorry guys. The 1080 is a big level. So we popped out, retesting again now today. Very bullish. We should hold here, and if we hold, it should be resumption to the upside, guys. As you can see, we have broken out, retesting, and now we should resume up. We should. GDX, nothing happened today. Still struggling after the retest at the highs here. Nothing has happened. Still very bullish. This formation, very, very bullish for the miners. Hopefully it will stay that way. But if gold is coming down to yeah to 1,900 and something, we might get a pullback here as well. Yeah. One thing that had a decent update today was oil, 2%, and it's just basically momentum from last Friday, as you can see here. Last Friday we had a big day. I think it was 4%, and now we are just popping again here. But still, overall, the trend is down for oil. So nothing major at this point. Natgas having a 5% day. Still, everything is getting bought up here at the $2 level. So yeah, still it's still overall bearish, but we are trying to make a bottom here. But as you can see, the momentum is it had just been down ever since, right? Then we popped, and then we went all the way back down. So the momentum is clearly down, and there's a lot of downward pressure. But for now, we're holding up quite well. PLG, excuse me. As you can see here, we talked about this last week. Was it the week before? I can't remember. Anyways, we broke out, retesting, and now we are resuming back up. Let's go to the daily. As you can see, we have broken out, did the retest, and now we're resuming. Right back up again here. Let's put it down there. We are resuming to the upside, confirming that platinum has potential to go above the golden trend line, as we just talked about recently. UEC, nothing much happened. If you look at percentage term. But last Friday we talked about UEC. As you know, broken out of this dotted trend line, coming all the way down here, we broke out, and we stopped last Friday at the long-term golden trend line after the retest here. Let me show you where it comes from. It comes from here, the COVID lows, all the way up, right? We have broken down. Now we're retesting from the backside, and now we have a minus 1.5% day. So we really, as mentioned last time, we don't want to get this to roll over. That would be very bad. But I do think, given that we've been in this formation for, what is it, 4 months or so, that I don't think this breakout is only what we're going to get. I do think we will get back above the golden trend line, which will be very bullish. Which would be very bullish, but we have to wait and see. We really do. These are my doodles from last time. Let's see here. This is the support, and it has acted as support ever since for like 1 year, and we have broken a downward, depending on where you draw it. We are trying to break out here of this bullish wedge into support, and we really want to gain momentum, right, as I tried to draw last time, and the first step today was a breakout. So hopefully we can gain more momentum in this ratio, meaning that the URA is outperforming uranium spot price. Dixie, quickly here looking at the Dixie, having a bit of a hammer day today, down to support. The zone here has been support ever since April, and this is there are two There are two support zones left until we get a complete, you know, downward move in the Dixie. This is the shorter time frame one at around 1.1, and this is the long term, right? 100.8, which we have been talking about for ages. Um, so yeah, let's see what happens there. And last but not least, URA. We had a big day last Friday, popping up to the upside, and today we are trying to get above these highs here. But still, it's a green day, very nice. But we want to see more for the coming weeks, and hopefully, if we can gain more momentum here to the upside, we will go in for a test of this long-term trend line coming all the way down here, and then hopefully this will not be a breakout like this one here, a false breakout like that one, and then we can get some momentum here for uranium. But until then, we cannot celebrate anything. Okay, guys, that's all I had today. As I mentioned, today nothing happened more or less, at least not uh, in what I look at, in commodities. So, so yeah, um, have an awesome day. Hopefully tomorrow will be a bit more action-packed, but you cannot have, big days every day. So yeah, let's see what happens. I will be back tomorrow again for you guys. So have an amazing evening or morning, wherever you are, and have an awesome day. Cheers, guys. Bye.